You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars to smell unforgettable. These Middle Eastern fragrances are affordable, powerful, and guaranteed to get you noticed just because you smell better. We're gonna start from Armaf Legacy. First spray, right? It's crisp, smooth, like it has that freshness that moves to the warmness. Let me tell you one thing. Women love this one because it's kind of one of those Chanel fragrances, well, inspired by Chanel. One of those fragrances that gives off that controlling, powerful, effortless vibe. This one gets you noticed specifically during the fall because it has that mix of freshness and woodiness. Very modern, very nice, and it's most attractive on men because it balances brightness with a steady warmth, which is approachable at first sniff and unforgettable as it dries down. Let's go to another one, which is His Confession by Latafa. Now this one inspired by Givenchy Gentleman Privy or Privy, whatever you call it. Man, this is the half of the price for whatever you pay for Givenchy, right? And then yeah, they did a great job. This is the first spray when you feel that warmness and chocolatey, creamy. Is it like a chocolate or cream? Like whatever you got say, but in my opinion it's cacao or cocoa, whatever, and then it has the chocolatey, woody vibe. It reminds me of like a luxurious cashmere coat. Overall, if you heard a lot about Givenchy Gentleman Privy and Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, as well as, okay, let's say like the Homme Intense, I don't feel that it has that vibe, but let's say if you're looking for affordable version of those, you can give this a try, and I think you're gonna be happy. The thing is, both of these fragrances are 50-50 because like it's not mass appealing in my opinion. And let me explain you why. Some people, they just not into this type of fragrances. Not men. I mean, if you're a man and spraying this, not every single person that you meet, they're gonna enjoy it because it has that its own audience, I would say. Like with His Confession is a little bit of CEO type, and then like when you always wear like classy coat, classy outfits, suit, that fits better, that vibe fits better. Same goes with the Legacy, right? Armaf Legacy. That is why I'm giving them number 10 and number 9, because half of the people gonna love it on you, they're gonna be attracted, like they're gonna say a lot of compliments, but half of the people, they are not into this type of fragrances. They got used to sweetie, fresh, or they smell so much Dior Sauvage that they're not gonna appreciate this, right? So again, it's up to you. Choose it wisely. If you can test it out first and then go ahead. Up next we got Odyssey Mandarin Sky, but this one an elixir version. This is inspired by Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal Pour Homme, and as I said before, it's more of like a absolute version. As an elixir, it's kind of intense here. If you're a fan of Mandarin Sky, I think you're gonna like it. The only thing is it got a little bit woodier or a little bit more masculine. No, not the masculine, but it has some sort of incense that is maybe in molecular type of new ingredient that makes it a little bit woodier. Same concept, same DNA as the original one. It's a little bit more woodier or smokier. I cannot decide. But still has the same DNA, it's just a little bit more ready for fall, I would say. You're gonna get compliments, and this is the one that I would recommend if you are trying to get into like more like to please every single person, right? I would say 90% people gonna be happy with this one, meaning every person that you will meet, they gonna like this fragrance. Up next we have Afnan 9 PM. This is inspired by Ultra Male Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is the one that I would highly recommend to modern men between 16 to 35. The reason is it has that energy that Ultra Male have, and then basically if you are going out person and you go out a lot, this is the one that will please 85% of people. The thing is, you need to be careful when you are going with let's say dupes. They have their own twist. It's not 100% like a copy paste, right? This is like they put their own the ingredients are more synthetic, and that's what you get when you go with affordable fragrances. Now let's go up next, right? Number 6, Afnan Supremacy in Oud. This is inspired by Oud for Greatness, and this is deep. This is sweetness that is into like smoothly goes to the woodiness. The only thing is, if you always were wearing like oud fragrances, you know how they work. At first, if you are new to oud fragrances, at first it's gonna give you like but then when you get used to them, like people get used to smelling you and this new fragrance that you have, they're gonna be more comfortable, meaning like giving you compliments, because now you are more dominant, more powerful, more unforgettable. Despite the price, it smells like a luxury statement piece. Trust me, guys. The only thing is, oud fragrances are very expensive because the natural oud is very expensive. Here though, Afnan going with synthetic oud, and nothing is wrong with this one. It's just you need to know what you're paying for. And again, as I said, you guys gonna be ready for the compliments, especially if you are oud fan. Now let's move on to the next one, which is limited edition Club de Nude Intense Man. This one is the Parfum version, as you can see, and this is inspired by Creed Aventus. You will get that alpha vibe here, alpha man vibe here, and then if you are into Creed Aventus alternatives, then you should try this limited edition because it has that DNA with opening up with bergamot and pineapple. Yeah, but this one is a little bit smokier, so you're gonna be ready for those compliments during fall and winter. It smells incredibly luxurious compared to the price that you're paying for this one. And again, this is the most attractive on men during like fall and winter because the formulation is a little bit intense, and especially if you still wanna smell sharp, fresh, that pineapple citrusy vibe, plus a little bit of woodiness, smokiness because of the colder season, guys. 100%. Another Club de Nude, but this one is Presux 1. You get soft woods here and hint of sweetness that clings your skin like a confidence, and women love this one because it's refined without being too loud. It has that elegance with just enough danger underneath, I would say. You should wear this one to the dinners and then high stake dinners as well as dates, I would say. This is really, really good. I feel like this was inspired by Creed Aventus Absolute, but it's a mix of things, so I would say they were kind of trying to get there, but they were not planning to get 100%, which is fine with me because it has its own twist, which makes it even more unique. First spray transforms you from being nice to being powerful, from being soft to being more dominant in alpha. That's the keyword here, the alpha. Now up next we have Liquid Brown by French Avenue, and this one is super close to Altair, and they were definitely trying to get the 100% of the Altair, and I'm gonna let you know that, guys, they get very close. I would say 92%. If you ever had Altair and if you ever had those money to buy Altair, I would say always stick to your own budget and stuff. But here we're talking about some alternatives, right? The first spray makes you feel like a striking image and that dark warmness and instantly magnetic. You should be aiming for with this one because you're gonna get compliments, and every single person that had it before, the only people who are kind of okay, or like they 50-50 with it, if they always were like into citrusy aqua fragrances, right? But if you never had more woodier, more warm, more cold season fragrance, then you're not gonna appreciate this one. But again, we're talking about fall fragrances today, and this is perfect for dinner dates, and most of these fragrances are perfect for dinner dates, and of course some of them like this one, and this one is a good daily driver. Maybe even those two are the good daily drivers. Let's go to the next one, which is Herman Detour Noir. Now this one was inspired by Layton by Parfums de Marly, right? If you ever smell that one, you will know that they got very close, very close, and except for bottle, everything think is very good quality here. And the price for this one, I believe when I was buying this, I was like, wow, the price kind of high. I guess you're getting what you're paying for, right? So I hope that they used like most quality ingredients here, but they got very close. This is luxurious. This is very, very pleasing, and you're gonna get compliments like a lot, especially if you're familiar with Leighton by Parfums de Marly, which will cost you probably like around $300. And this one we can get between 45 to 65 bucks. The last one is Amra by Latafa. This is the king of affordable fall fragrances. The only thing is you need to be very careful with this one, because like if I spray just 2 or 3 sprays, the whole room gonna start smelling for the rest of the day. This one is the attention grabber, right? So powerful. And that is why it's also going to the first place, and it could go to the last place. And here's why I'm telling this one, right? Remember I told you that this one and this one is like 50-50. So when it comes to Hamra, I feel like this is 50-50 as well, because yes, it makes you attractive and it will give you that compliments. The only thing is not everyone into this. For some women, it will give off that powerful, magnetic, like alpha, and at the same time old money rich, maybe even modern money rich vibe. But for some others, it's just an instant turn off. Now, that is why it's super important to know your personality, meaning like what you are into, right? If you are into more masculine, more powerful fragrances, then yeah, give it a try. I don't think you're gonna regret it. The only thing is, you gotta be careful. But that's it from me, guys. Hopefully it was insightful for you, and if it was, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one. And if you have any other questions, please let me know.